Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I've learned as I've grown into the person that I am today. And oh my God, what a day. I have been so busy today. Got up, got my coffee. Well, I took the dogs out, did all that kind of stuff, PP's medication, took the dogs out again, got ready, went to go get my coffee, and then I went and got my hair cut. And yep, always gotta keep it up. And then I went to the post office to mail a bunch of stuff, and now I'm getting ready to upload this video and then go and get PP's medication from Costco. So, if you don't know, my dog is on several medications because he has heart disease. What does any of this have to do with the video that I'm doing today? Absolutely nothing. I just wanted to share with you what my day was like. I literally just filmed a video probably 15 minutes ago on my main channel, and what it's really about is being the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. And you know, that question or that comment or that word is interesting. My mind is all over the place today, can you tell? That word is interesting to me. Best or perfect or, you know, top, number one, those kinds of things. I think like when we look at like the Olympics, let's use the Olympics for example. When we see people in the Olympics that get like the gold medal, right? I wonder if even they feel like there are things that they could improve upon. And I know that I've heard this in the writing world, that typically when writers, I'm talking about New York Times bestselling authors that have written books for years and years and years, you know, even like the Hemingways and the Fitzgeralds and the Steinbecks and these people, when they would finish a book, there were so many pieces that they still felt were incomplete. There were still things years later that they wish they had done differently in the book. I've heard the same thing, you know, from Martin Scorsese and major directors, that there's always areas of improvement. There's always things that we could do better with whatever we put out there in the world. And that was really kind of what I was talking a little bit about in my video. And one of the examples that I used was that when we are in kindergarten and our teacher says, how high can you guys reach? And do you remember doing this exercise? And you reach as high as you possibly can, right? And then she says, can you reach even higher? And everybody's on their tiptoes and they're reaching even higher. And then she goes, can you get even higher than that? And kids are jumping in the classroom, right? And the lesson that she's really teaching is, or he, the teacher, is really about you can continue to go higher and higher and higher in as far as trying to be successful in life, you know? And so they're teaching that through action so that we learn that. What's interesting about that is that as we grow older a lot of times as adults, and I've been like this many times in my life as well, I would just kind of rather accept where I'm at than really challenge myself to grow. And you know, one of the things that we say in recovery is that we're a work in progress, which means that we're constantly growing as human beings, and that to do that, you have to remain teachable. You have to say to myself, well, every day that I get up is a learning experience. Every day that I get up, I'm gonna learn lessons in life, you know? Years ago, and I've talked a lot about this book on here, there's a book called If Life Were a Game, If Life is a Game, These Are the Rules, by Dr. Cherie Scott. And one of the it's like 10 rules in there. And one of the rules is, in life, there will be lessons. And lessons will be repeated until they are learned. And if you look at that in your own life, what you will find, okay, is that certain lessons continue to repeat themselves over and over and over again until you learn that. Whether that is about relationships, you know, if we find ourselves in the same relationships, or the same work environments, or we feel like we're a doormat, we don't set boundaries for ourselves, or whether that's remaining humble in life, whatever that issue is, if we don't learn the lesson, it will continue to be put in our lives so that we are learning it. And I don't know if that's like a metaphysical, you know, philosophical kind of thing, or if it's just, I don't know, patterns and themes in our life. I tend to think that it's more like patterns and themes in our life. But years ago, and I think the lesson really came to me when I was writing my book. You know, I wrote my book in 3.5 weeks. It is not the best book that I could have put out. I know that. I also know that if I had spent 3 years working on that book, it wouldn't have been the best book that I could put out. And I really think that at that time, what I learned was that I always have to look at everything that I put out there in the world, every project that I do, every relationship that I have that ends or, you know, is starting. I have to look at it and say, in what areas can I improve upon? In what areas could I have done better? What did I settle for where I was at, or could I have been so much more, right? Because if you say to yourself, I could have been so much more, I could have done so much more. There are so many things I wanted to do that I couldn't do. No matter what the excuses are, those are the things that if I had done those things, yes, it would have been a better project. It would have been a better relationship. It would have been better this, that, and whatever, right? Now, why that's important is because when we go into the next thing in our life, okay, the next project, the next book, the next movie, it's only going to be better because, see, we've learned from that. But when we stop learning, when we say, there's nothing for me to learn, I can't learn anything from this experience, I did the absolute best I could possibly do, you're going to have the exact same kind of mediocre response or whatever level that you feel like that was on this last project on your next one, if that makes sense. So, for a lot of people out there, they're okay with that. They don't want to grow anymore. But I want to grow, okay? I don't want to settle for where I'm at right now because I want to always continue to be a better version of myself. And when you look at people in this world that were very old when they passed away, whether it was like, some of these philosophical, gurus that we look at, whether it was like Mother Teresa or, Gandhi, and I'm not saying that they were without fault because, they had faults as well. But when we look at them, I truly believe that they were learning up till the very end. They were improving on themselves up till the very end, And I want to be that. I mean, up till my very last breath, I want to be learning about life. I want to be experiencing things. I don't want to just settle for where I'm at and saying, well, this is good enough. There's nowhere for me to grow. And that doesn't have to be in phenomenal exercises in life, okay? That doesn't have to be in huge projects or writing books or making movies. That could simply be in making a dinner for my family or, husband or wife or, being a better parent or being a better partner to whoever you're with, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever, okay? Or being a better worker when you go into work or whatever the issue is, student, musician, artist, reader, just being better at being present in life. When we stop and we say, I have nothing else to learn, I've learned the most that I can possibly learn in this given situation, we are the ones that lose out. And I'm not willing to give that up today. I'm just not. I want to continue to learn because as I continue to learn, the world grows around me and becomes a much more exciting place. My life becomes more enriched. More opportunities open up for themselves, and it makes me feel just so much more blessed for the life that I have when I look around and I think, yeah, you know what? Like I really pushed myself this next time, and I learned from what I did, and this relationship is better than my last relationship, and this work environment is better than my last work environment. And I'm not going to take these people for granted because I did, and I'm going to learn from that, and I'm going to grow. And as we grow, we become better versions of ourselves for us and for the people around us. And isn't that the ultimate goal in life anyway, is to be the best version of ourselves so that we can enjoy life to the fullest? It is for me. I love you guys. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.